Well, after months of our investigations, the Georgia Senate passes legislation to address a crisis within the foster care system. Atlanta News First uncovered that children in state custody, they were actually being forced to live in county offices for months on end.
And while in those offices, they were exposed to abuse, violence, and drugs. New tonight, investigator Sierra Cummings joins us to tell us about this massive step. Sierra.
It's a major step. Senate Bill 133 now heads to the House of Representatives this afternoon. It passed with a 53-1 vote. The latest version of the bill requires courts to make all reasonable efforts to get a child help before even considering sending them into state custody.
Here's why. Our reporting for the past year revealed kids dealing with mental and behavioral issues are sent into the custody of Department of Family and Children's Services, or DFACS. Judges called it the lesser of two evils because the alternative was a detention center. However, as more children were sent into foster care, placement options declined. As a result, kids were office hotel or forced to live in county offices for weeks to months with no bed, no school, no proper living conditions, in some cases, drugs and violence. SB 133 creates a clear process to now include first finding out which services a child needs, like trauma counseling, then have the courts and DFACS make all reasonable efforts to get that child access to the help. After all of that is done, only then can a child be considered for state custody.
So the ultimate goal in all of this is to minimize the amount of kids entering foster care when they instead need health care. We'll watch what happens in the House, where it could face some opposition.
And Sierra, despite the progress, some advocates say it's still not enough.
Yeah, they raise a valid point. It's SB 133 does not specifically create emergency housing for foster kids. Critics fear if the state still runs out of foster placement options, will kids still have to live in offices and hotels? So it's something we'll be watching.
Certainly an eye-opening investigation. Sierra, thank you.